What's up, my name's Samuel Leeds. Thanks so much for coming to my channel. I'm a property investor and every single Wednesday I interview one of my success students who's become financially free as a result of my training. This week, because people always say to me, but Samuel, you always interview people that have only just become financially free. So I found someone who's been investing in property for 17 years. However, he came to my crash course. He came to the very first time I ever ran the crash course for free. Guess what? After coming to the crash course, I taught him about HMOs. His first HMO that he got made him financially free. This was back in 2016, 2017. I'm going to be interviewing him today. He's doing very, very well. Also, please, if you enjoy my channel, smash the like button, subscribe, turn the notification bell on. I'll see you in a sec. This is Lee Lawrence. Lee Lawrence at my very first free property investors crash course. Hey, what's up? Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming. Hey, you can just park anywhere up here. So you've been property investing for longer than I have. Bought your first house in 2003.
Yep.
And your parents are in property.
Yep.
And you did a load of property flipping in 2009.
Yeah.
First buy to let 2013.
Yeah.
See, I know more than you about your own properties. Why did you come to the crash course in 2016?
Initially, because I was buying in the Birmingham area.
No, you just came to heckle me, right?
Yeah, and I thought I'd get some information on the area. It was my first HMO I was purchasing at the time, so I wanted to learn about that.
And who'd sourced that for you?
It was yourself.
Myself, my whole team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the purchase was going through at the time. So I come on the crash course. I think to learn some skills that I probably wouldn't know at the time. Networking. I did network with work, but networking. Also, just engaging with other property professionals and trying to absorb as much information as I could at the time.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
I did. There was aspects of it that, it was things that I'd already known as being into property, but I think what I took from it was I enjoyed talking to people and probably being a bit of a mentor as well.
Yeah.
So there was people there that wouldn't have the experience that I had, and I met up with them afterwards, and there was a series of people, and I stayed in touch, and I gave them a bit of advice and vice versa.
That's great.
So no, I did learn a lot from it.
And I asked you if you wanted to be part of my crew, and you kindly rejected me. No, you didn't even reject me. You just never ever got back to me. I think we reconnected just recently because I know you've done great things in property, and you've been in property longer than I have. But your HMO that I sourced for you was your very first HMO.
Yeah.
And I always like to get case studies from back in the day. And I know you've done lots of other crazy things within property management. You're now doing land and stuff, which we can talk about. But I really wanted to get you in to talk about that HMO and what's happened with it as a case study, because that was back in 2016.
Yeah.
That's like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So, and at the time, Lee, I was telling everybody, buy in Wolverhampton, buy low, rent high, and people were a bit unsure. You bought that house for £82,000. 82. How much is it worth now?
I think about between 130 and 140, which is good in 3 years in this market.
I mean, incredibly good. You did spend money doing it up.
Yeah, I completely refurbed it, spent
from scratch.
Yeah, about 20 on it. Discovered the saving on VAT as well, which was the interesting part of it.
But if you bought it for 82 and you spent 20 on it, that's 102 in.
Yeah.
And it's gone up to about, how much do you say, sorry?
130, 140. I'd like to think 140.
Right, so it's gone up a lot in 4 years.
Yeah.
So I think I was right in my advice at the time.
It was, yeah.
That's the only reason I brought you here, just to say I was right.
No, and it's got land at the side of it, so there's development potential there, whether I build something out the back or another house on the side of it. So as a plot, it's a good plot as well. So no one saw the development potential.
Another thing as well is, and I know I was a small chink in the chain in your property journey, because you came on the crash course. Did we spend any time together though? Did you come out and did we spend a day together and I show you around Wolverhampton and stuff?
No,
you
I
never did
that. No, I never did it.
You never opted in for that. No, you didn't join the academy.
No. I originally contacted you off the back of a PIN meeting in Kent and asked you for a bit of advice. And I wanted to buy in Birmingham. Following our discussions we had that night, I ended up buying. You sourced the house for me, which saved me a load of time. To be fair.
Yeah. Did I sell that house well?
You did, yes.
Did I hard sell you?
No.
Did I pressure sell you?
It was something come over the email. I said, yeah, okay, I'm interested.
Cool.
I had a few little details, paid the fee, bought the house.
How much? Do you remember how much you paid me?
2,000, I think. It was like,
Yeah.
I want to say 2,000.
Sounds
yeah,
about
it was
right.
about 2,000, yeah.
And then you ended up paying my wife.
Yeah.
You ended up paying my brother.
Your brother,
But we'll
yeah,
get
yeah.
there. We'll get there. Now, the reason as well I wanted to get you on this show is because that house technically did make you financially free. Am I right?
It did, yes.
It made you. Now since then, I know you've upped your lifestyle. You have a fancy Range Rover and different things, but that made you financially free. Talk to me about the advantage to that HMO to the previous buy-to-lets that you've done previously.
I think cash flow, I find it more exciting. It was a development. I like doing developments. It introduced me to outside of Kent, if you like, as development potential. And I've learnt a lot from it. And I've learnt now about rent to rents from it. I've now let it to a firm that are doing service accommodation. So yeah, and I'm getting into that world as well. So yeah, it's been a good.
You would have got there
journey,
much quicker if you'd just joined the academy, bro.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been financially free.
No, maybe not.
No, but I think I didn't. I felt that I didn't need to go into the academy at the time. I knew
I don't
what I
think the
wanted
academy
to do.
existed, bro. It didn't.
No, I think there was some courses, some follow-on courses, but
I think there was the deal finding extravaganza.
That was it.
So but the academy. Here's the interesting thing. You came to the very, very first free property investors crash course.
Yeah.
Because you came January 2017, and that was a month after I just got back from Thailand. I was in Thailand in December, and in Thailand I decided, you know what, the crash course, it's £250 crash course, I'm going to do it for 2 days, not 1 day, and I'm going to give it away for free just because I want as many people to benefit from it as possible. And there was 126 people there. Previously there'd been like 50 to 60, so there's double the amount of people. You have to admit it was an amazing 2 days.
Yeah, it was.
And since then, the crash course has gone on to be the biggest property training course in the whole of the UK. And you were at the very first free one.
And 100% it is well worth doing. You'll get loads from it. I took my brother, actually.
On the same day?
On the same day. And he's not into property. He's likely, probably never will, unless he's an accidental landlord, I would say. But I took him for the networking side of it. I said, you'll get a lot from it, from meeting people, being in a room. And to be honest, the crash course wasn't what I expected. There was points where you got to stand up and do things that I personally wouldn't do, even though I was a trained network, if you like. But so I took them skills away from me, putting you outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, you were talking about life skills as well.
Yeah,
Talk to me about that.
So, like, I think it's not about you might not come away from it and be a successful property entrepreneur or a landlord having 10 houses, but if you can take a few little skills that you learn from that crash course, whether it's networking, talking to people, coming out your comfort zone, learning new stuff that a lot of people, they do jobs from 9 to 5 for 10, 20 years and don't learn any new skills all day long. So that gives them the opportunity to learn other things, new things.
That's so true. You've got to get from it what you can.
Yeah, and you might that skill you learn in networking may bring you on to something else in business or something else in life.
And not every single person is created to be a property millionaire.
100% not.
But you've got to take the skills, apply it.
Yeah.
And if that means you're going to become really successful in property or financially free, then awesome, like you've done.
Yeah.
But if not, then fine. Talk to me about this HMO then. What have been the figures? So you bought it for 82. It's now worth 130, 140. How much has it been renting out for over the last 4 years?
So there was a bit of a boom in HMOs in the area. So there was a few voids in the rent, but generally it was pretty good, to be fair. So I used to get anything between $13.50 downwards per month for rent as the 4 rooms.
Yeah.
So it was a typical 3 bedrooms upstairs, 2 reception rooms, turn the front reception room into a bedroom and bathroom out the back. And since then, I'm now renting it to a company that does rent to rents, and they do a serviced accommodation, and I get $8.50 a month.
And do they pay the bills?
They pay the bills, and the best bit is they maintain it.
So basically, renting it out for $13.50 and having to pay the bills and maintaining it isn't much different.
No.
From getting $8.50
with no voids.
With no voids, and you know what's going to come in.
Yeah, on a 3-year tenancy.
Great, that's awesome. And what are the mortgage payments on that?
0.
You don't have a mortgage on it?
No.
Oh, you bought it cash?
Yeah, but I'm currently re-gearing it at the moment.
You're about to refinance it.
Yeah.
So you're going to be, so right now you're making 850. So that's a pretty good yield. Are you happy with the house?
I am. I haven't been there for about a year and a half now.
How many times have you ever visited the house?
Twice. I think it's 3 times if you count the first time I went to look at it before I bought it.
Yeah, so you've only been twice after buying it.
Yeah.
Which brings me on to the next part, which was you paid my wife.
I did.
And she saw you for the first time today.
Yeah.
Everything was virtual and remote before that.
Yeah, so Amanda furnished it for me. I can't remember what I paid now. £4,500, £5,000 for everything.
You'll have probably paid, I think she was charging £4,500, which meant that it would be furnished top to bottom, including TV, beds, furniture, cutlery, pots, pans, and the labouring cost of time of flat packing and doing it. Yeah, £4,500.
And at the time, I looked into IKEA furniture.
Yeah.
And then by the time things don't turn up and you've got to send labour back to complete it, it worked out £1,000 or £2,000 more without all the soft stuff.
I'll tell you how much she made on that. She would make profit from the company about £850.
Which, that's...
And from Amanda's point of view, because she had a furnishing company,
yeah,
£850, when you know what to do and you've got everyone on speed dial, you've got the van, you've got the flat packers, it's not a lot of work. She was making a reasonable amount of money because she was doing them all the time.
Yeah.
So I was selling people deals, charging people like you £2,000, bang, bang, bang. I've done that hundreds of times. I did hundreds in Wolverhampton. I'm pretty confident the reason Wolverhampton changed into Article 4 that year, 2017.
No, but I see that as a benefit.
It is a benefit
now. These HMOs will start to turn back into...
They are.
And then the demand for HMOs or rooms goes up.
It already is in Wolverhampton. So I'm pretty sure that the council did that single-handedly because of me. Honestly, because I was literally selling dozens and dozens and dozens. So I'm making £2,000 a pop from people like you. Bang, bang, bang. Then my wife Amanda's making $850. Bang, bang, bang. By doing the furnishing, which nearly everyone's going for. 70% of our clients that I'd sell a deal to used Amanda to furnish and dress the house.
Yeah.
Then we've got a letting agency, Quick Move, which belongs to Russell, because I like to keep things out of my name sometimes. Right, so Russell's got Quick Move management company. Those companies don't run anymore. We closed down Quick Move when we moved to London. We closed down the furnishing company when we started having kids and stuff, because Amanda didn't want to be doing that. And we didn't want to, for me, it didn't make sense trying to scale that business. And I just thought, you know what? I haven't really got the time or the inclination. I'd rather just focus on my own investment business and my training company and stuff rather than trying to do everything all at once. Yeah. But, you know, it was a good business.
You can be a busy fool.
You can be a busy fool. What was it like? Because now I teach people how to package and source deals. Interesting that now you're almost a bit of a deal sourcer because you work with people on the land side, which we'll get to. But did you learn anything from dealing with me doing business? Like my sales or anything? Or was there nothing to say about that?
No, I did. I think the social networking thing, which I've only really got into recently, for the letting agent that I run. But I think the networking side of it and the mentoring. There was a point where I probably thought that I could be a property mentor.
You could have been,
and I still do.
But now you tell me you don't envy me.
I don't on the scale, no. And I think I could mentor property developers or property
But you're better off
investors,
JVing with them.
Yes.
Which is what you're beginning to do.
Bringing your skills together.
Because then you are mentoring people in a way. You're using your development skills. They're putting in the money. But I mean, I think how I got you to buy that deal from me was obviously, for a start, it was a good deal. Okay. But I came to that PIN meeting. Was I the speaker?
Yes, you did. You used you have 2 or 3 speakers, don't you? And you did.
Yeah, I think you have 2 speakers.
I think you did the first spot.
Okay. Yeah. So I spoke. Did I pitch at the end of my talk? I probably didn't, because I don't think you're allowed.
No, and all you spoke about was HMOs.
Yeah. So I sold you on the concept
of HMOs in the Midlands area, or buy high, rent low, and that's
the other way around. Buy low, rent high.
Buy low, rent high.
Yeah.
Didn't take a lot of notice there. Yeah. And I think I read the book.
Yes. Because what I used to do at the end of PIN talks was I used to give loads and loads of value, and then I'd say, right, if you're interested, drop me a text message, here's my number.
That's it. And that's exactly what I did.
And then 90% of people would text me, and then I'd follow up and say, hey, thanks for your text, here's your the information or whatever you requested. Also, if you're interested in deals, let me know.
Yeah, and especially when you're buying in a different part of the country or far away, and I spent probably before we engaged over this property, but I spent hours, days, probably weeks looking for properties.
Yeah.
And what I found is, obviously you find the right property, but then by the time you book a viewing at the weekend or in 2 weeks' time, or they can't do a viewing, they only do this time, you can't drive to an area and do 10 viewings a day. It's hard work.
Yeah.
And you know what it's like, and also you're on your way up there, elsewhere the property's sold.
Yeah.
So for me, that £2,000 was the best £2,000 I ever spent, and I would have done that in diesel.
Yeah.
And hotels and whatever I needed to source that property.
Yeah.
And obviously it got it moving quickly.
Yeah, makes sense. And I want to encourage anyone watching this and really show them and demonstrate that being a deal sourcer, show them the skills and the possibilities and how to do it right, pass on good properties and how to sell and how to market. But then also the other end, which is it's win-win.
It is.
You were happy, I was happy, because at the time I was doing so many of those deals. That's how I became a millionaire. From this is how I became a millionaire.
Yeah.
I was financially free, 21 years old. 25, I became a millionaire by selling so many deals.
Yeah.
Because you've only got to sell, like a few hundred deals to make £1 million. And that's assuming that you're only charging £2,500. And some of my deals I was selling for £5,000-6,000. It's not that many deals.
No, and you find your own deals on the way.
And you find your own deals on the way. And you're going to use that money that you're making to put into your own deals.
That's right.
So you're doing land deal sourcing and stuff now. Tell me a little bit about that.
So any developments, so coming from a construction background as well, so I can look at a site, I understand what makes a good site, what doesn't make a good site, an idea of what you can put on the piece of land. So it was a natural progression really.
So who's your ideal client that you think should talk to you?
Someone who is probably already into property, into developing, not a greenhorn, if you like.
Not like a newbie?
No, but if someone's got money and they want to invest in a development, I suggest that you do it with someone that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, for sure. If you've got money, but you've not got the time or the experience to put that into a big project, and you don't want to buy lots of little houses, you want to do some big development deals, it makes sense to potentially get the education, for sure, but also to find someone that has got the experience and to let them do it for you, as long as you make sure that you get it drawn up properly with solicitors, you de-risk it, you're working with people that you can trust, that have got experience themselves, like yourself, then it makes sense.
Yeah, and you don't want to buy a deal with someone, go out and find a builder, architects, all the different professionals you need, and then go out and do it yourself and try and manage a builder. If you're not into construction, you're not into development.
2 projects and let someone take 50%.
That's right.
Than do 1 project and be so wrapped up in it.
And lose 10-20% just by making the wrong decisions.
Schoolboy errors.
Yeah.
And I've made schoolboy errors. I still do make schoolboy errors.
Everyone does.
Because we're all learning, we're all on a journey. Every time I do a new project, now when I do projects, not only do I want to make 6 figures on the project minimum, hopefully 7, but 6 figures, but also I want to learn things.
Yeah.
I want to do something I've not done before.
Every site's different.
Fresh.
Yeah, every site's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
And every site needs a different building, a different type of building, a
exactly.
different idea.
Yeah.
And it's maximising that piece of land.
Yeah.
Or the existing building if you're doing a conversion.
I mean, I'll leave a link in the description with your website. So if anyone's watching this wants to get in touch, talk to you about what you do, or talk to you about any opportunities that you've got, they'll be able to do that from your website, which looks fantastic. It's quite a new website, looks great.
It is, yeah.
I know you do property management as well.
Yes, yeah. So a letting agent. So I've got family working on that as well. So yeah, we've from learning, probably learning by mistake, maybe.
Yeah.
But managing our own properties because I was too tight to pay a letting agent.
Yeah.
Except for HMOs and stuff that's far away, it doesn't pay to try and manage. But locally, in the properties that I own, I self-manage, and I like to meet the tenants and quiz them really. And touch wood, I've never had any major issues with tenants that I've taken on. but that's probably from learning from meeting different people, the networking, the bits and pieces. You can tell someone's genuine, I suppose. But yeah, it's
when
touch.
we met as well, my deal sourcing company, I think I had maybe 1 or 2 members of staff. I know Tanya was working with us. Maybe Elliot.
I think Elliot might have been.
Maybe. And I don't know if they did a lot of the communications or if you dealt with me a bit as well.
It was mainly Tanya and yourself.
Yeah, so I was more involved in the initial sale, and then Tanya did a lot of the hand-holding, the progression. Not that you needed loads of support because you've bought lots of houses before yourself.
But it was using your power team at the time, so there's a new word for me, this power team, and it is right. You need the people around you, from your mortgage brokers to your solicitors, and it helps if they know the area as well.
Yes.
And I used to talk to the estate agent, and I carried on talking to that estate agent after that deal, and made up a bit of a relationship there as well. So.
How was Amanda's service? She wants to know.
Easy.
Was she good?
Yeah. So it was. I think it was a 2-week lead-in or a week lead-in or something. Yeah. So she went round. Went in, measured up on her own. I transferred the money, and then 2 weeks later it was all furnished. Nice. No trouble at all. And no ordering. And
the letting agent side of things, did they do it until they moved
They were marketing
to London?
It already. Yeah.
They did okay.
Yeah. So I had them on board before the renovation was even finished.
Great. And then and as far as the service with the sourcing side of things, was that okay?
Easy. Yep.
Great.
Very easy.
We like to take your money.
That's it. Took money, but didn't run away. We were always there to talk through with the estate agent. Had intros there as well with the solicitors. It was easy.
So really let that be a testimony. If anyone's watching this, if you're going to be a deal sourcer, you want to be like me and sell hundreds of deals, like I've done. You've got to, number 1, work with good people like Lee. Number 2, deliver good properties, and number 3, deliver good customer service.
100%.
I think that's the moral of the story.
Follow up.
Follow up,
So I always spoke to Tanya afterwards, and it's just that personal touch. That's important.
That's great. Well, Lee, it's great to see you doing well.
And you.
It's great to see you continue to smash it in property, and hopefully one day I'll manage to get you to persuade you to join the academy as a mentee or maybe as a mentor. Who knows? But I hope to see you on it.
Honorary member.
Yes. Hey man, thanks so much for coming out.
Thank you. See you soon.
I'll see you real soon. Keep in touch, bro.
Good luck.
Peace out.
Bye bye. See you soon.
Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Listen, you want to get some success? All you got to do, subscribe to my channel, man. You don't have to do anything else. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you should watch some more videos. Pop them up right here. Boom. Maybe you should check the link in the description. Come to the Property Investors Crash Course. Maybe you should subscribe right here. Do something. Hope to see you at my house one day. Sit down, have a chat with you about how you succeeded as a result of my training. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.